Hello everyone, welcome back to this new video. Today I want to show you this storage minecart swapper. It is really small. I got the idea from a video that Sethbling uploaded. I think it's like almost 2 years ago now. I decided I wanted to make it a lot smaller, since I haven't seen anyone else do it, really. And I managed to make it 10 by 6 by 1, which is only 60 blocks. So that is really small. And I'm gonna do a tutorial for you. So a little bit more info about this. You can store at most 5 minecarts in this design, if you want to keep it this size. If you want to store more, then you can do that, but then you'll have to expand it, so it's gonna become a bit bigger, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the tutorial. And I also have a second design for you, which is only 48 blocks, but the drawback of this design is that you can only store 2 minecarts in here. So yeah, but it is even smaller than that design, so that's a positive thing. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now and just get going with this tutorial. So to get started with this first design, you first want to mark off your floor level, and this soul sand is where your minecart will be. It has to be soul sand because soul sand is a little bit lower than the normal blocks, so minecarts sink into it a little bit, and if you have a full block, then this design will break. But yeah, so to get started, you want to place a piston, sticky piston right here, and 2 more sticky pistons like that. Then you want to come down here and put a dropper with a torch on the side, so this torch powers the sticky piston. Then you want to place 2 hoppers facing into each other like that, and put an item in this left hopper. And next off, to do the retraction and extension again for these 2 pistons, you have a comparator running out of this hopper. So what happens is, when you press your button, this torch will be turned off and this hopper will be unpowered, so this is now basically a clock. So the item flows from this hopper to this hopper, and the comparator turns on. Then the item flows back again, so the comparator turns off, and then it flows into the right hopper again, and it turns on again, and then it will flow back into this left hopper, and then the torch will turn on again and lock this hopper. So basically that is a little monostable circuit that will unpower this, as you can see now. So yeah, that is how that works. And next off, we want to do the piston extension that launches the minecart up. So you have a 2-tick repeater running into this weird slime block shape. Yeah, it has to be this weird shape because this slime block that pushes the minecart upwards has to be at this level. And like, I could also put the sticky piston down here, but then the design would be bigger than it is now. So that is why I have this weird shape here. And the slime block has to be down here because there's a powered rail on that block. And if the slime block were over here and it would be moved up here and then pulled back, it would try to move the rail with it, but it can't because there's an obsidian block in the way. So then it would just stay extended. So that is why it has to be down there. So next off, when the minecart falls down, it gets pushed to the side on top of some rails right here, and then it rolls up here, and these rails are powered by this torch. And of course we don't have a hopper dropper monostable for nothing, so we're gonna take an output from that and we are gonna run that into this piston. So this is a weird piston glitch. If there is like an entity like on top of or like in front of a piston, or a sticky piston for that matter, and that sticky piston retracts, it will teleport that entity. It's probably a bug and maybe it will be fixed, but it has survived like all 1.9 snapshots so far, so I don't know, maybe it will stay in the game. Yeah, that is basically it. Now you can just put down your minecarts, and the last one here, and you're done. So yeah, that is how it works, and you now know how to build it. So let's move on to the second design. So I marked off the floor again and put down this soul sand, and then you want to start off the same you did with the last one. So you put down these pistons here. So this one will pull the soul sand down, and then these one will pull it all back. Then you can put a block here with a redstone torch on the side that will power this piston. And then you can put down your button, and then your hoppers. Whoops. They have to be facing into each other because they are going to create a little controlled clock. And then you will have to put a unmovable block here because there will be slime blocks in this position. So you don't want this block to be removed. Then take a comparator output, place a redstone torch, and then some redstone to power this. And as you can see, this is the first part. Next, you want to come down here and place another unmovable block and put some rails on top of them, and then have some more blocks here, another rail, and another torch. And last thing, you have to put some redstone dust there, take output from that repeater, and then you're done. Just slime blocks, and that is it. So let's try it out. Seems to work, which is awesome. Come on, yes. Yeah, so this design swaps between these two storage minecarts. So that is it for this tutorial. Now I will just show you how to expand that design. So let's do that. Okay, so now we are going to expand this design. You cannot expand this design too far, because then the timings won't be correct anymore because the minecarts have to travel longer distances, etc. But you can expand this a little bit to, like, I think 7 minecarts. And there are a few things you have to consider. If you want this to be completely flush with the floor, then you cannot expand it upwards, because obviously if you do that it won't be flush with the floor anymore. But if you have like a wall over here, then it doesn't really matter. Then you can expand this rail upwards, and this rail you can expand downwards. So that is what we are going to do. So we're gonna just move this backwards a bit. We can move this rail down like this, and even go down one more like that. And then we can place this piston here, and then we have this. Okay, so this piston has to be here, and then we can expand this rail upwards as well. This rail line, power it with a torch, and this should work as well. So let's just get rid of this so we can fill it in with minecarts, like so. And then put a thing here, and as you can see, it works perfectly fine. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 minecarts in here. So yeah, you can expand this to 8 minecarts, but then obviously it will be 2 blocks bigger on this side and 1 block bigger on the top as well, and also 1 longer. But yeah, you'll get more storage for that. So you can either use this really small design for just 2 minecarts, or this slightly bigger design for 5, or this even bigger one for 8. But yeah, that is all I got to show you today. So if you like, please leave a like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.